She is in the club for 2 years. Did I at least get close? Okay, I got a close enough on pronunciation that time. All right.
The last name was correct.
The last name was correct. All right. Well, you know, 1 out of 2. It ain't bad. She is a Airbnb co-host. She wants to thank everyone for the Toastmasters baby shower. Title of her speech: Genius of Average. All right, Tereza, Genius of Average.
Okay, Toastmasters, let's cut to the chase. I'm a champion of average, but I've been avoiding sharing this fact for the longest time. I've been crafting this illusion of uniqueness just to prevent my biggest fear from happening. The fear that one day the whole world will realize that I am in fact as average as elevator music. Forgettable, unremarkable, blending into the background. Well, I'm here to tell you how the embodiment of average Joe, different Joe, not this Joe, was able to succeed in life. In order to avoid my averageness, poster syndrome, but it is the only way to grow. I used to do the right opposite. I hung out with people that are same level or lower level than me. Years ago, it ended because one day I went out with my friend at that time, and he started talking how we are geniuses of averageness, how it is great to be average and share this together. Poor guy, he thought that he found his best friend, average Joe buddy, to hang out with and talk about average stuff for the rest of our lives. But little did he knew, he was the first one who sparked this thought in me that I want to do everything I can not to be the genius of average, and that I will do whatever I can to be better than I am. So at the time, I actually started to apply to high schools and colleges with the lowest approval rate, yes. And I failed several times. Nobody wanted me, nobody. I just kept failing. But one day, I finally got accepted to the prestigious college program that allowed me to finally be around people that are all smarter than me. It was hard, but it pushed me forward. Speaking of failures, there's a second rule I follow. I always embrace mistakes and failures. Do you know the psychologist Adam Grant? Any of you? Yes. He is the famous psychologist and researcher, and in his latest book, Hidden Potential, he mentioned the term called proactive imperfectionist. Proactive imperfectionists are people who do challenging tasks before they are ready. And while they practice their skills, they make sure they set mistakes quotas, meaning they strive to make certain amount of mistakes while practicing. So I do the same. Every time, for example, when I have dance training, I make sure I make at least 5 mistakes during my training session. If I don't, it means I'm not challenging myself enough. So I do that all the time. Proactive imperfectionism. Just make sure the goal is not to be comfortable before you start practicing your skills, but get comfortable while you're practicing them. The third principle I follow is I always work harder than others, but I try to have fun while doing it. I'm not like Jacko Willing or David Goggins or even Jonathan from our club. Those people are like human bulldozers. They just tear through mistakes, they embrace never-ending pain, and they conquer the world. I try to channel their discipline, but it's just not me. I cannot sustain this for like forever. Yeah, I cannot sustain this forever. So what I do is I follow this principle throughout my whole life. And even at work, my team, I encourage my team to have fun while doing their regular work. Include some passions while working on their regular stuff at work. It's like when you're learning a language, you don't want to just learn grammar. You make sure you incorporate your interests, like you learn how to curse, or you learn how to travel and meet friends that speak that language. So these are the 3 principles I follow. I make sure I surround myself with smart people, I embrace failure, and I make sure I work harder than others but have fun. I still consider myself as average, but I was able to achieve what most average people couldn't. For example, I have no athletic talent, but I became one of the top ballroom dancers. I have a assertiveness of a sloth on Sunday, but I somehow climbed the corporate ladder and became a leader. And third, my intelligence is pretty average, but I scored 95 percentile on my college admission test. So I am the living embodiment that genetics and talents don't matter that much. It's all about character and how you react to challenges in life. And I know all of you guys got born perfect with impeccable skills. But in case you are the genius of average like me, let's create a synergy of stories and all you know, tell me, and we can talk about how to overcome mediocrity. Thank you.